Well, hello everybody. Danny and Wanda back from Pecan Grove. We needed our 16-foot trailer for a project that I have coming up. And I just couldn't see leaving the citrus trees on the trailer and me have to go spend $5,000 for another trailer. It just financially just did not make sense. So we went ahead and set these back up on the blocks like we had them. And you know, putting them in the shop during the coldest part of winter force bloomed them early. So I think the cold weather might be over with as far as frost for us. So what I'm looking at here is these trees are loaded with a lot of different fruits on them. So if nothing goes wrong, maybe this year before Thanksgiving, we might be able to harvest some satsumas and oranges and stuff like that. Now we did add 4 more trees this year, I believe. And I still have one in a lid over there, I sit on the ground, that is a rootstock that I'm probably going to figure out which one of these I want to get a graft off of. I might go ahead and, try to graft, see what my luck at grafting oranges and stuff is. I've never actually done it, so I don't really know. The one thing that we're excited about this year is our pomelo tree in here for the first time is actually starting to grow really good. And it had some blooms on it. So a lot of them have fell off. We've never had them stay on the tree. But I do see a couple in there that looks like right now they're holding on. So fingers crossed. Might get a pomelo. And you would know the one that's the most bitter out of all of them and everything like that. That's that old Calamandan orange. That rascal looks like a tree growing back there. And it's got Calamandan oranges all over it. I mean, it's like the worst one in the bunch. It's got to do the best, I guess that's just the way it is. But we're still excited. Our satsumas, these Owari satsumas here, guys, you just can't beat these things. I'm telling you, they are productive year after year after year, like clockwork. I bet there must be 500 on this tree right here, and I know it can't handle that many, so some of them probably gonna fall off, but can't complain about it. Now our little dwarf Meyer lemon in there, that thing was snow white with blooms this year, but I think a lot of them, they still some on them because I see them in there, but I do believe a lot of them fell off. I don't think that it held.
These trees can't handle that.
No, they can't take that many. Being in these containers, I think they shed whatever they don't need. We added this year the Owaris, and we added some different oranges now.
Red navel. This
is a Caracara red navel orange. We've never grown that one here before. And I like oranges. Now we got the Caracara, we got the Sweet Hamlin, and there was one more that I bought.
I don't think the tag's still on it. It's an orange tree, but it doesn't have the tag.
Yeah, it
was a navel orange.
It was a navel orange too, and I was looking for the blood red. Ain't that what it's called? The blood red orange. I was looking for those. I saw them here a couple of years ago, and I almost got one, and I didn't. Now I wished I had but I haven't seen them in the stores anywhere. As a matter of fact, I think was it Tim?
I think Tim's supposed to be getting us some.
Supposed to be getting me a couple, 3 of them there. So, excited about that anyway. But yeah, we got these out sitting out, guys. Now we got one down here. This one this is the tart kumquat. Now,
it used to make like crazy.
It did. It used to make kumquats like wacko,
and it's trying.
And it probably will come out this year and probably still put some on. But I'm having to fertilize them because we've got a little deficiency according to the leaves there. But guys, I messed around and stuck one of these Freedom Blackberries in there because it was, and the thing's gonna take over. Look, you can't stop these things once they get started. They're like almost invasive when they take off. But the berries,
it's just coated.
They get so big, I think what I'm going to do is I'm eventually going to take these berries out of this pot. I'm probably going to repot this tree. And I'm going to take the berries out of here and put them into something separate and try to see if I can't manage them a little bit better.
But we do need some, we got to hunt another kumquat or two. We had 3 or 4, and all of them have died except this one, I think.
Well, the freeze killed
got them last year.
Yeah,
because they were in full bloom.
And they were planted in the ground. Now, they weren't in containers. You know, we had that freeze in it. We wasn't able to move them in or protect them, and they did get froze. But the Freedom Blackberries, now we do have some of these, if y'all remember, in a pot in the container garden in the front, and we done put an arch over, and it may do that with these, put an arch over it, and they're just running all over the arch. I mean, it's
they've almost covered the arch in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. I mean, and they're pretty to look at. They're pretty, I mean, they're good to eat. They're very prolific, make great jellies and jams and stuff like that. Now, I don't care, I'm being honest, I don't care for them to eat fresh because the seeds in them are so large. They get in my teeth, and I don't really care for that. But when you run them through the juicer and you juice them all down, the juice from them is phenomenal. And I can tell you this from experience, if you leave one piece of that root in that tub, it's going to make another blackberry. It's the most prolific ones I've ever seen in my life.
And they're called?
Arc Freedom Blackberry, if I'm correct. Well, guys, I'm sitting here looking at the Calamandan, and it is already, you know, they don't get a lot bigger than that. They only get like this big around. You know, they don't get a lot bigger, but the tree is, they're all over it up there. Now, we've got the leaf miner started here. I see that. I'm going to have to try to treat for that, get rid of that, because them things are the world's worst on these trees. I come to here
Show them what the leaves look like.
Oh, you got the leaf miners. Let me pull this down here. They curl, the leaves curl up because they go in and they make these little tunnels all over the back of the leaf in there, and they just destroy the leaf. It curls up and eventually will die and fall off. I don't know that they've actually hurt my plant at all about the growth of it or anything. They just look ugly, and I don't like anything that looks ugly, you know? So I don't like them. That's just my prerogative. That's the way I am. That's the way it's going to be. But anyway, thought we'd let you guys watch us as we move this thing around here. Got it all set back up. And we put it under a shade this year, underneath the trees. We got a little spot right out here that the sun's going to hit it about 1 or 2 o'clock in the day. And it'll stay there for about 3 hours, and then it'll be back in a shade. Hopefully, this will prevent the sun from baking these fruit trees and cause them to actually be more productive than what they've been being. Maybe pots won't dry out as bad and stuff like that. So, guys, gotta go eat. See you in the next video. Thank you from Pecan Grove.